An intentional act to cause a physical pain to your spouses, just to prove a point, can actually cause a more severe or a serious consequences. This is Patient City on Chit Chat Viewer Television. I am not alone in the studio as we always do.
Yay.
I have my co-anchor Anna. Girl, let me allow them to introduce yourself. Hello, girls.
Hello, patient.
Let me start from my girl.
All right, it's the co-anchor here, and my name is Chit. It's time is a pleasure having you here on Chit Chat today.
And my name is Mary Ann Anekwe, and it's always a delight being here.
Okay, you've heard from them. Those are my girls, and we always bring this nice and interesting story for you guys. But before we do that, let's take a break. When we come back, you will hear more of this story.
Sure.
In this 21st century, where all the information we need is now in the palm of our hands. News from around the world, entertainment, celebrity gossip, sports, and much more. The only thing that you need is the right source. Viewer TV is now on the go. Simply check us out on our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter for all the information you need.
Welcome back from the break. Now let's see what our story has to do with this physical abuse. So it says, am I wrong for waiting or for wanting rather a divorce after 8 months? My husband has never beat me directly before and I've never dared him to beat me. 2 months ago, we had an argument and he paid an Agbero. Is that not serious? He paid an Agbero woman to fight me and she beat me up. Now he apologized, but he just did that again. Guys, higher than Agbero.
The thing is,
That is loud.
Like, I think this one is new.
This is unique.
This is new. We hear of domestic violence.
Yes, but this is unusual.
This is unusual, right? We hear
Unusual.
of domestic violence, which could be physical abuse or emotional abuse. It
Yeah.
happens in so many ways. It could happen to the male or the female gender. It's
Right.
not restricted to a particular gender. However, this is my first time of hearing that a husband hired an Agbero. That means there are people that run this thing.
Yes.
Do they run it as a cult?
Maybe,
or?
I think there's a company that does that.
I mean,
Come on, guys.
there could be.
Yeah.
For him to go and contract them.
Yes.
So is he trying to say
That's
that
their job.
now is he trying to say that he didn't violate the wife domestically, or I don't know.
Well, I think he doesn't want to be tagged a woman beater. He's not a woman beater.
But he paid the piper.
Well,
Yes, I think he dictated.
Yes,
Of course
paid
he
the
dictates
piper.
He said they
course.
should go and beat her up.
yes, it's planned. Of course, to teach her a lesson for whatever argument they had. Obviously, she had provoked him, and this is the repercussion, isn't it? But rather than him raising the hand to heat, he had to call a lady to,
Do it
But
for him.
wait,
This
I want
is-
to ask you a question. Don't you think that this is more embarrassing and demeaning, calling somebody another woman to do your job? Because the fight is between you and
You
your
and your
wife.
wife,
Yeah.
So let it be like, okay, vent every anger, everything
that's
that is
how
in
you
you.
choose.
Yes, but you going to go and pay? Don't you think it's
All right.
it's
First
out
of all,
it?
before I go ahead, let me read one of the causes of domestic violence.
Okay.
First of all, I have anger management issues. I have jealousy, I have low self-esteem, we'll come back to that. I have feeling of inferior, cultural beliefs that they have the right to control their partner. There is personality disorder. There is learned behavior from growing up in a family where domestic violence was accepted. So these are contributing factors. Because if you ask me in the first instance, why would you even have the need to lay your hands on your wife? The need to lay your hands on another, it doesn't always sit well with me. What happens to talking? You're both adults. She is someone's child.
Yes.
You are a grown man as well as someone's child too. So why do you feel the most reasonable way of correcting her is by beating her? It's absurd.
And again, some women will warrant everything. Some women will push you to your last limit.
It doesn't warrant you laying your hands on
But
another
there are some
person.
people that don't have that control. It's not everybody that can control their
Why
feelings.
why should your wife be at the receiving end of your lack of control?
Why would she push him?
Push me back. If I push you with my words, you have the right to push me back with your words.
Do you know what I'll say? These are two married couples, right?
Right.
So there's love involved. I'm just trying to find anywhere where harm, whether physical or emotional, does it exist in love? It shouldn't.
It
does
shouldn't.
It should
It shouldn't.
never. I mean, and that is the core of what holds them together.
Right.
Which should never. I don't think any of them should provoke one another to the point
extent.
of heating, whether directly heating the person or contracting person. This is
Right.
weird.
That is the most
Contracting.
unusual part of it.
That's the most unusual
You
part.
know, some people will say, "Oh, we don't need a third party in our relationship." Obviously, this is another form of a third party creeping into people's relationship. And
Twice.
even, honestly,
Twice.
and even I'm just trying to think from the angle of the woman who was contracted to
beat a fellow woman.
up a fellow woman.
What
I'm
was
just-
what was
she
her
thinking?
anger?
Honestly,
Why were you gonna beat? What was the fight
was the
about?
driving force?
What was the driving force? Is it the money?
Well, and at
guess
some
so.
point she couldn't reason to think this is my fellow woman. What could she have done to warrant this?
That's right.
That's
Can
a
you
good
not
point.
talk?
That's a good
Do you
point.
understand? This is my fellow woman, fellow gender. And she couldn't even take the time to say, Oga, let's not do
Please
this.
sort it out as
talk,
a family.
yes.
Right?
So, but at the same time, a woman, Haba, what could you be doing? Do you know, sometimes she's talking about physical abuse, right? They beat her up. I don't want to imagine what she did with her mouth. That's
Well,
another side of it.
Yeah.
Because some people have actually said words that cause someone to kill themselves.
Yes.
They call it mere words. And after all, I didn't hit her. But the words hit her to the core. Because you can't measure your okay, she's saying, oh, she's talking. It's only talk. I only responded by talking. I didn't hit him. But you didn't know where that talk went to.
Okay,
You
so-
don't know what it provoked. It could have killed, like you mentioned earlier, it could have resulted to him having low self-esteem, feeling that he's not man enough. Well, and then he feels, let me teach this woman a lesson so he knows who's in charge.
Are you saying it justifies?
It doesn't justify. However, you did mention about emotional abuse. It's also a type of abuse, which can be detrimental to those who who have a very low threshold
Tolerance,
of pain. Do you understand? I know my tolerance. I might not worry about talk, but another person might not be able to handle it. So you're also causing harm. You that is running your mouth, you're also causing harm, emotional abuse to someone, whether it's a man or a
People
woman.
have these deadly words.
Honestly,
just
they
say-
craft it
Yes.
But
to make sure it enters your bloodstream.
Stated what she did? Was it
But
stated there?
the thing is, Ella, the thing is, the man cannot just go and plan this agbero beating. He cannot just go and do it unless the woman has been doing something.
Now we don't know what the
That's right.
woman did, right?
She must be doing something.
However-
Now, from what I read, there are quite numerous contributors to someone being violent.
Okay.
Maybe this man just did this out of low self-esteem. Maybe he just did it to establish his manhood
No,
again.
he would have hit her by himself.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
someone
Yes.
He would have done
No,
it.
he's a
himself.
very articulate person. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't want to be held accountable for domestic violence. That's why he employed someone else to do
then
it.
again, it's not once. So they are going to go and plan for Agbero. You are not tired of the beating. You now agreed for another thing again. You did another thing. They came the second time. It shows you the kind of thing that the woman is doing.
Now, the question she's asking is, should she get a divorce, right?
Well,
I feel she already has an answer to her question.
the question I would ask
Will she
her
stop
is,
what she's doing?
what is your mouth saying?
Yes. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
As a woman?
Whatever she's doing, I do not support the man beating her directly or employing someone else to beat her.
Well,
What are you doing to warrant the beating as
honestly,
a woman?
I think both of
That
them
to the
need.
extent they'll bring Agbero. Do you know what it means to bring Agbero? It shows that maybe the man couldn't handle her, or there's something that she's doing that is
Or
warranting
keep
this
in
beating.
mind, what if, look at it from this perspective, what if this woman is stronger than this man?
Maybe
That's
we
another
did not think
angle.
about that.
And the man knew or knows that my power cannot match her. So
right.
it's best I find someone
There are
who
so
can
many
match
things
her and
surrounding
teach her.
this
Honestly
street
speaking,
drama.
but however, whatever is surrounding it, the bottom line is they're both doing something wrong.
Yes.
They were doing something wrong.
Someone is emotionally abusing someone, and
And
the other
someone
one
is
thought to
physically-
respond with physical abuse,
Yes,
indirect
yes,
physical abuse.
yes, I agree.
Not that he did it directly. So they both need cancel.
both need
And I
cancel.
don't think getting a divorce is not the solution. The woman needs to tidy her mouth, honestly speaking.
And
Record this as-
and he needs to
this-
stay away from Agbero.
This beating,
The man needs to stay away
this
from
beating as a court
twice.
Yes.
I think is
In
becoming
a space,
extreme.
yeah, of course,
It's
in a
becoming
space
extreme.
of 8 months. So it's
Yes.
a very young marriage. So if you ask me, divorce is not the answer.
option.
Right now.
The answer is
Right now, right?
yes. The answer is redefining your conversation, redefining your communication. Whatever you're doing that is warranting him go contract someone, please watch it and make sure you're not also abusing
A
it.
lot is happening in relationship, and some people will go through the normal physical abuse, while others will go through the unusual, like
The one we
the
read out
planning.
today.
Yes. So the thing is, in a situation like this, what do you tell people in this situation of physical abuse, whether directly or indirectly, by your partners?
The thing is, one thing with abuse is the signs.
Okay.
Right?
Prior.
The signs prior to marriage. Now that brings me to courtship. I will always talk about courtship, the essence of courtship.
Okay.
It is very, very important to get to know whom you're getting settled for life with. Now, in the course of courtship, you will see these things. In as much as you try to turn a blind eye or ignore them, if you see them and you ignore them, they would germinate, they will grow to fruition
Yes.
in the relationship. And that
like
is
a
where
seed.
physical
It's like a little
it's
seed.
like a little seed. That is where physical abuse comes in, emotional abuse. Watch out for the signs. This is something I'm telling someone. Watch out for the signs. They're always there. You know yourself. If it's something you can deal with, fine. We all have deal breakers. If you can endure beatings from your partner or from a contractor, fine. But if you can't, then you shouldn't even venture into the marriage in the first instance.
That's
Okay,
right.
Onyeka, she said something about the signs. A situation whereby there are no signs
I don't.
There's always a sign.
at all.
There's always the sign.
Then you marry and the man totally completely changes, or the woman completely changes.
There's always the sign.
So how do you do
Do you
about
know? Do you know the one thing? The signs are always there. However, it's not everyone that has got the capacity to identify them. Some might see it as just imagine going out on a date with a guy and then he says, maybe the waiter, he starts getting patient with the waiter. What you know that doesn't really. It doesn't warrant
matter,
such.
yes.
Yes, it doesn't. It shouldn't matter. And then he starts to get panic, and if not that this is the problem, we're giving you a slap.
it? Hey,
Unnecessary agitation.
Do you understand? That will just tell you that I need to watch it with this human being.
true.
And some people will make the effort to actually try to provoke them just intentionally and see where they
How
could
they
get.
react.
Yes, where they could get to with such behavior. Now, not everyone gets the chance. Some might have the insight, some might not have that sight. It might be an oversight for some. However, when it results to the point that you've come to the relationship, you're now in the marriage, so to speak, just like this lady, you're now in the marriage, and you're sure that is not something you can handle, or you're sure it's something that might in the nearest future cost your life, your sanity,
It's already getting there. It's already getting
It's already
there.
getting to
you
her.
you need to
Yes,
think
it's
about
already
it.
getting
For
there.
her to come out publicly to seek for an
Of
advice,
course,
it's
and besides,
getting
because
to
I
her.
don't think if it's that bad, I don't think marriage should take anybody's life.
Shouldn't, yeah,
I
agree.
don't think marriage should result to anyone's insanity. It's not fair. So, because we don't know the entirety of the story,
Right.
that's why I'm saying, for now, because it's just 8 months into it, I'm saying, I hope you're not doing anything wrong. I'm talking to the lady. On your part, I hope your mouth is not as sharp as a razor, that
Yes,
you
very, very
inflict
sharp.
pain on people. Know people with that capacity to inflict pain with their mouth. You hit them, they can't hit you, but they craft
there's-
words
The
that could
words
tear
is-
your
the
flesh.
tongue is like a razor.
Do you get me?
It goes like this.
And do you get me? And some people have that ability
Ability, right.
to tear
Tear
your
it down,
skin
yes.
with words. If she's that type of woman, she also needs work.
Work
on
on
her.
herself. I
So
agree.
going away from the marriage isn't really a resolution,
Yeah.
because if you go and meet someone and you're still using that sharp tongue to destroy that, it might even cause you worse situation. So I'd rather everybody look into this, both the woman and the man,
And the man.
and find a way out. No one is innocent here.
Because he doesn't know what might happen next. The next time he might bring the Abori contractors.
Yeah, it might be a collection of them.
Yeah, they might actually beat the lady to death.
Yes,
That's
what
right.
happens
And
when you kill
Agberos,
her?
you don't know, they are
Of
very
course.
strong.
Exactly. Nobody knows
Anyways,
what he must have told.
A lot must have happened for her to receive that kind of unplanned beating. But we'll be going on a break. When
Well, I
we
don't
come back,
justify
you know
that,
what
actually.
we are going straight into. So stay with us.
Welcome back, guys. If you're just joining, this is Chit Chat on Viewer Television. Now, let's check what our audience has to say about this very interesting topic. Now, Alexis says, if my man hasn't beaten me, whether directly or indirectly, that means the relationship hasn't started. You know, when they beat you, they gift you afterwards.
Wow.
Like, is she okay?
wow.
That's another stage of mental illness.
Yes, this person is sick.
I agree.
Yes,
It's another
because
stage.
You can't be enjoying pains and call it
Because you're being
and
gifted afterwards.
and
What kind of
call
gift?
it fun or call it beautiful.
Right.
That's the word. Because why would I come and say you have to beat me, or if there's no
Honestly
beating,
speaking,
there's
Some
no
people
beating?
actually enjoy it.
Guys,
This is not my first
No,
time reading
because
it.
it's because
Guys, let's-
this thing boils down to where their
Coming from.
childhood started.
Exactly. I agree with
What
you.
has been happening in their homes,
I agree with
what
you.
the parents have been doing, or what somebody has
Around.
been doing to them. Yes,
Right.
because you can't just come and be enjoying
You
this
derive
kind of
pleasure
situation
from
and you're
someone
like,
hitting you.
yes,
Guys,
there's a problem.
Guys, let's take this into perspective, yeah? Imagine normal relationship with a male or female friend. I'm not talking marriage or serious intimate relationship. And then this one day they wake up and speak to you in a manner that you've never expected.
Yeah.
That, do you know that affects your relationship?
Yes,
Yeah, it
yes.
does.
Instantly.
Disrespect.
Disrespect, disregard. It affects the relationship. You stop coming closer to the person. You even want them drastically if you have to, never to do it. In fact, it changes the relationship somewhat.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about marriage. Love is supposedly involved. You know, before God and man, you have said you want me, and now you think even in that kind of relationship, you don't function well when your man disrespects you, even verbally.
True.
You can't function well. They disrespect you or disregard you.
Yeah,
Your
with low
mood
self-esteem,
changes.
low self-esteem.
Yes, your mood changes. If you're a good wife, you function less. You do your duties less. It just affects things, you know, generally. Talk more of having to panel beat me.
It's
insane.
It's unheard of. Now let's go to the next comment from Ella. She says, "Go and learn taekwondo or karate secretly. When the Agboro woman comes again, you beat her. What thing can beat pan?"
I wouldn't succumb to that. Reasons why.
This is defense mechanism. She has to be able to
Yeah.
defend
herself,
herself.
isn't it?
Reasons, because if there's something like that has to do with beating, you stay away. Don't go. Why are you learning to fight? Are you a warrior?
Hey, but she
In your
can
home,
defend herself.
are you supposed to be having war in your home?
No.
Of
Are you
course,
supposed to be
of
fighting?
Course, of course.
No, so the best solution is, if you cannot communicate and know where the problem is, or if you cannot seek for help, then you should walk away.
Yeah.
Period.
I
You
agree.
should.
Period.
If the issue degenerates,
Yes,
right,
Of course.
it's time to walk
Twice.
away.
Of course.
I
And a
agree.
beating.
I agree with you. Okay, let's take the last one from Chinyere. She says he will continue to do that and later apologize. It's left for you to decide on what you want.
Right.
Now, you remember, we're all speaking on the context provided.
Right.
We do not know the entire story. So these are commenters based on what was read out.
Him always coming to apologize because he knows that he's wrong. That is a very, very bad behavior.
Right.
Because you already know that is a bad thing, you will come back and apologize, then you will continue to do it because
Do it
you know
again.
that if you
Eventually you
apologize,
come back
she
to
will,
apologize.
yes. So the thing is, you knowing what is right and not doing it,
Right.
then you will now come and start apologizing. That's a big problem to me.
Do you know, the apology is not even the main thing. I think the guy is extremely short-sighted in the sense that, imagine, yes, they must have talked about what the lady's Agbero is going to do when he gets there. What if he goes another way?
Exactly.
And then there's hospital, and now there's death.
Exactly.
What he's not even thinking.
I can never justify that.
People don't really
Do you
think like
understand?
that.
I can't.
Anyways, let's just take our last comment. Let's not say comment. Our last
take home, right?
Take home,
Take home,
yes.
okay.
So that whoever is watching will know that these things.
all right.
done.
From this end,
Yeah.
I would, like you said, like someone said, I would advise both of them to seek help.
True.
They both need help, professional help, and prayer if they're religious. Because if you weigh it side by side, it's possible there's something the lady is doing wrong. It's obvious what the man is doing wrong, and then the fact that she realizes it eventually and seeks the need to apologize. I mean, they both need help.
Yes.
That's it for me.
Honestly speaking, they do need help, immediate help at that. This is a very young marriage.
It is.
Which is concerning. And if this is a way to resolve matters, it's only a matter of time. They're both gonna hit rock bottom.
Right.
No doubt about it. So they need to find a new way to resolve their matters,
I
and
agree.
it has to be between both of them. No
agree.
third parties. The lady should watch her mouth,
Exactly.
and the man find another way
And
to resolve your matter.
Agbero,
Agbero,
please
for heaven's
leave
sakes.
these people alone.
If she's
Let-
high and
let
on
them
something
se-
and
exactly,
hands
guys,
to wire.
settle their issue.
Okay, guys,
Crazy.
they really said amazing points for whoever is watching to take note. Here from this end, I will say that from your relationship, there are red flags, there are signs. You need to take cognizance of all these things so that you won't fall into young marriages and you're already thinking of a divorce. And please, there are solutions, there are ways, there are therapies that you can go for and seek help. It's not all about divorcing. And from every relationship, we should try and work it out instead of infecting
Divorce
or
shouldn't be the
bringing,
first option.
yes,
Right.
instead of making people
When
to
it
go
will
through
cost
a
your
lot of
life.
pains, especially physical pains. It's not a good idea.
No.
Physical abuse is a no.
No.
Sis, just stay away from it.
Physical or emotional
Yes,
abuse? It's a
whether-
no.
whether-
An abuse
whether-
is an
an
abuse.
abuse
Whether
is abuse.
any
Stay
type of
clear.
abuse, stay
Yeah.
away from it.
If you
Right.
can handle.
Anyways, if you can't handle it, as you
That's
said.
right.
Anyways, from here, we're going to say this is the end of today's episode. We will always come and be here for you guys with different and amazing story. I am Patient City, and it's bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Signing out.
Why are you gonna do